prompt 12 in the 365 Days of Art book. Prompt 12 says, add leaves and fruit to the branches of the trees. I did try to limit myself a little bit on this color palette. Picked a lot of greens, and as you can see, I kind of went a little overboard at first with this particular color. I do have other greens that will be coming in if you look at like towards the bottom of the screen. I noticed about the third branch that I was like, ooh, this is too much of this same green. So I tried to start spacing things out. I realized really quick that my leaves all looked the same. Like, it was just a habit to continue to make them in the exact same way. When I switched up to this color, I did notice that this was a little more blue than what I had originally thought by looking at the pencil. And this one also was a little more blue than I had thought. But once everything came together, I don't feel like the colors were like a bad choice. Right here, I'm coming in with the Aztec fine line pen and just adding a little bit more details. Mostly just outlining each of the leaves. I know you can't really see it on the camera, but I think that it makes a little bit of a difference. This was probably the most tedious part because all of the leaves started blending into each other. I ended up missing some on the first go. And as I'm going through, I'm noticing the missing leaves, so I'm trying to go back and correct them. Here, I'm just going in with additional layer of color on some of the leaves, especially those bluer ones. Then again, just going in with another color layer. I realized that I have not drawn any of the fruit yet. I figured the easiest thing would just be a bunch of apples. I considered making like this an apple and orange tree, but then I was like, you know, that might be a little too weird. We'll just stick with a bunch of apples. I tried to space them out as well as I could. I did go over the leaves and had them hanging off on some of the branches. I noticed that there was a little bit more space, so I ended up adding extra leaves around here. And here I'm going in with a darker red, just again to try to give it a little bit more like dimension, I guess. I did grab a red fine line pen and circled all of the apples. You cannot tell on camera, but I swear it's there, and it did make them pop a little bit more. I did not like the space in between that branch, so I figured that I would add a little bird sitting in its nest. And we gotta add in some more leaves because there's too much space there. Adding in a couple more details for the bird, or not for the bird, but for the leaves. And that's this project.